G'day and welcome to the Breaking Through podcast. Tyson, over the weekend, I had a question, and it's been a question that I've been kind of thinking about for the last little bit, especially doing, covering as many genres as I have over the last couple years. I've had to expand my genres, but who has the most loyal fan base? What genre has fans that'll do anything for them? And I think there's different versions of loyalty as well when it comes to this type of stuff.
Oh, that's an interesting one. What did you have first?
My instant thought goes, the music scene would be so much less if it wasn't for the pop girlies. The pop girlies, the pop fans, they are consistent. They love everything about everything that comes out, and they show out consistently. But then I think I go back deeper and I go, the heavier music scene, I don't think they're as, well, they don't show their passion as much, but the longevity of their support, I think, is bigger than pop's.
Yeah, I think it is heavy music is probably the most loyal fan base. I think with pop, it's so easy for people to turn on pop artists, whether it's just a difference in political opinions, a difference in something they've done. I feel like pop artists are under more scrutiny from their fans, whether they sidestep, whether they say something a bit wrong. I feel like pop fans go after them, whereas I think metalheads, the artists can get away with anything and they'll still sell tickets. You know what I mean?
What about rap? Because I think rap fans also love their acts a lot, but if they don't put music out for 2 years, they're like, oh, that's so 2020 or that's so whatever. But if they're new, if they're up and coming, they will do anything for those artists.
Yeah.
And I think they're also under less scrutiny as well. I think especially recently, if they pull out of a tour or pull out of a festival or whatever, fans are just like, oh, it's the festival's fault.
Yeah, well, Rolling Loud, that festival was a 100% hip hop festival.
No one's pulled out yet.
No one's pulled out yet.
Yeah,
trust me.
We want everyone to appear, but just with track record. I think Listen Out would have something to say about this.
Yeah, but the comment section that I see for all those posts are pretty much all negative. Even rap fans are like, I'm not buying a ticket to this. It's not happening. I don't know. I feel like there's less trust. Hip hop 5 years ago, absolutely.
But I think like the artists that I get requested to talk about the most and that I get asked about every day, and I want them to turn up to tour just so people stop asking me, is Don Toliver and Playboi Carti. Yeah. Just please turn up. And I get asked every day. Not like, obviously I get the Sabrina questions, all that type of stuff, but every single goddamn day I'm asked about those artists. There's no genre there where I have those type of fans asking me those questions.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm hoping the punters of the pod can help us out, because country artists, when they come and tour here, they mostly sell out instantly as well. If you look at, the Luke Combs, he's constantly here all the time and sells well. So, and that's obviously a genre that's, Australia loves as well. I would love to hear people's comments of what they think has the most loyal fan base or the most passionate fan base, because I think people will disagree with us.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting some people to get a little bit mad in the comments.
I think we'll get a bunch of different answers too for that one.
It's been a busy week already. I feel like we're saying this every week.
Yeah.
We've had Tame Impala finally announce this tour. I remember we had comments a couple of weeks ago going, it'll be a couple-day campaign. Fuck, were we wrong? It's
3
good
weeks.
To see that.
3 weeks, maybe even more.
I think
they've
it was
been teasing
like a 3-week campaign.
Well, Laneway was at the start of the month.
Yeah.
And they were teasing it then.
Just before that. But if you think about where it started, this campaign started last year with the pre-sales to the album to get the pre-sale code. So we knew that was coming, didn't hear anything for a couple months. And then the posters came out, and then, little videos from Frontier. I really like how long this campaign was. It missed a bit of meat in the middle, but I think we're in the right direction of how to do campaigning. Towards the end of it, though, if you looked at all the comments, it was like, just announce the fucking tour.
Yeah.
Just announce it. But maybe if you cut that campaign a little bit further back and then gave pre-sale a little bit longer to breathe, I think if you did that, you've got a perfect campaign.
Yeah.
And then people can have time, can still prep and still have that excitement where, we haven't had that recently for a lot of tours.
Yeah. No, I agree. And Nina Drachi's supporting. Where are they heading? Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Perth?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel bad for Adelaide and I feel bad for NZ. It sucks when, like, obviously behind the scenes type of stuff, a lot of reasons as to why Adelaide doesn't get that many shows, but it does suck to see an Australian artist not, hit all the majors, and especially New Zealand. I feel like they got baited a little bit because last year they had, when he was doing that pre-save the album thing, it had Australia and New Zealand, and then New Zealand was taken out of it, and now they're not getting shows at this point. They could get added, like Zara wasn't doing New Zealand and then added New Zealand. But yeah, I just feel bad for them.
Yeah, I feel it's weird that they left New Zealand off. I think they might be locked in for a festival or something around that time that they maybe can't say yet.
Yeah.
But it seems strange to me, being in Australia to New Zealand, that they'd leave it off completely.
Yeah, I agree. An artist, we were talking about supports before, and I've been asked about supports a lot, especially looking at overseas supports for this tour and then looking to Australian supports. Like, I don't really think we were ever getting internationals.
No.
So what it has made me think about, though, is that I want a Joe tour here.
Yeah.
I think off the back of this, if I'm a promoter or whatever, I'm looking at how many comments were about Joe, and off the back of his Laneway set a couple years ago, Joe's got to come and tour, man. I would love for Joe to come and tour, especially the last couple months. I've really gotten into his music, and not just, obviously the TikTok popular ones. I think he'd kill it. And he's got way more streaming numbers than what you think.
Yeah.
Like, he's a popular man. So I think they do well. And if I'm a promoter, that's who I'm aiming for.
Yeah, I wonder where'd he play.
I've also had this question as well. Do you do like a Zara Larson thing and just put him in like River Stage or something, and then if there's space, add.
He's one of those tricky ones where it's like,
it is tricky.
He could do arenas. Yeah. Maybe the numbers are there that he could do arenas.
But then you wouldn't want to fuck yourself over and go, an arenas is such a big place to fill, and then go, fuck, we should have gone smaller. When it's just safer to go smaller to bigger. And then have the hindsight to go, fuck, we should have put him in a bigger place. But hindsight's a beautiful thing. Big day for Nina Drachi though.
Huge.
Tame Impala.
Yeah.
And now Groovin The Moo.
Yeah. She's the one. She's this year's like star.
Yeah, I'm expecting her to have a big year, and she deserves it. She's been hustling that hard,
man.
But this Groovin The Moo lineup interests me because once it was announced, they put the pricing out almost straight away, and it told me that it obviously wasn't going to be a lineup with heaps of internationals, that type of stuff. And when it did come out, we should have put the Denzel Curry thing together. He's doing a festival up north. Of course, he was going to do something else here. That's a good addition. Matt Corby's a good addition. Tones and I know a lot of people don't like her. I like her. She's sick live. You've got the Chats. You've got Dope Lemon. You've got up-and-comers like Maple's Pet Dinosaur.
The Cauliflowers.
The Cauliflowers. That's a local band. Like, a lot of good acts on there that you can kind of go, there's a bit of everything for everyone on there.
Yeah, it's stronger than I thought. I saw the leaked one like a week ago, which had like G-Flip, Kelly Holiday, Running Touch, and I was kind of like, ugh, this is boring. And it felt like they were a bit late on acts, but this one, way better. The real one is way better. I think it's going to sell out. I think it's
I think it sells out quick.
Yeah.
And the only leaked lineup actor that was on there was Baker Boy. So, it looked like a Groovin lineup where I was like, man, I hope it's not leaked again because so many festivals have been leaked. But yeah, I was quietly surprised with this lineup. I really enjoy it. And a lot of acts that I haven't seen in a while. Like, I haven't seen Dope Lemon for a while.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Chats for a while.
Top to bottom, it's full.
Yeah.
It's a full lineup.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. But I wanted... If this leaked lineup was the lineup, right, that would have been Groovin leaked, BTV leaked, Laneway leaked, and then a couple of NZ festivals have been leaked as well. Oh man, it's a problem. It's a big problem that a lot of festivals are facing, and I don't know how they fix it. And it's like, I know people watching this are going to be like, but don't you leak festivals? No, I do hints. Hints aren't leaks.
Yeah.
Hints make things exciting.
I mean, I messaged you when Laneway got leaked, and I was like, you should do it, and you were like, nah.
No.
I'm going to hold out.
No,
Yeah.
If I can't guarantee that a lineup leak isn't real, I'm not going to do it. I will do videos on lineups I know aren't true. Like, yeah, BTV got leaked, but BTV lineup came out like a month before that, and it wasn't true. And I knew that I could do videos on it because it wasn't true. But I don't want to take away the release day for a festival.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks. And I get messages all the time going, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? Just know I've seen it, but I'm not going to talk about it.
I think it's a strategy now as well to put out leaks, just to get a general, like, sort of like, what can we expect from this vibe? Even though this Groovin The Moo one was completely fake, it makes the real one look better.
It does.
Some
it really
people
does.
got that one first,
Yeah.
because then they're going, oh, well, this is way better now. I remember Spilt Milk on the year that they cancelled, which was before Kendrick Lamar year, when they apparently had Kendrick Lamar, he dropped out. They put out a lineup that had Troye Sivan on it,
Yep.
and a lot of those house party artists like Psycho and stuff like that. A lineup got leaked, looked very official, and people did not like it. The Reddit thread that I was in blew up and was like, this is terrible, this is terrible. A couple of days later, Spilt Milk go, hey, Spilt Milk puts out a release. Hey, we're not going to do one this year.
I think leaking, it's definitely come more to the forefront. I don't think, especially with these big festivals, I don't think they're doing the leaking. I think it's leaking from other spots, which sucks. But if I was a festival, I'd work with me.
Totally.
I'd go, all right, he's done hints and that type of stuff before. How can we work with him that makes us happy and Breaking Through happy? And all in all, it makes the festival or tour or whatever more exciting without actually saying anything.
Yeah.
I can make a hint. It could cover any act, but I'm still hinting, and some people will get it right, but 75% of people will get it wrong as well.
Yeah.
So if you're a promoter, a festival, or whatever,
Cash the check.
email me or DM me, because I know you watch my content. Yeah, I think the leaks are a problem, and I don't know how we fix it.
We don't, because the audience loves it too much. I love leaks. I love when a lineup gets leaked and I've got like this information before everyone else has. It's not going to stop.
But it goes out, do you reckon it takes out the excitement from the release day though?
If it's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which 95% of them have been recently.
Yeah.
Like this Groovin one was the first one that wasn't right.
Yeah. It does take a bit of the air out of the balloon, so to speak.
Which, and I think it's... I think festivals and promoters and that type of stuff need to realize that fans are super smart, and if there's something on your website that's on the back end of it, they will find it. If there's a little fuck up that you've done, they will find it. You need to keep it airtight.
Yeah.
Because obviously, people accuse me of leaking and stuff all the time, but who do you think gives me the information?
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. You can't accuse me of stuff and then go, oh, it's just breaking through. You've all got leaks.
Yeah. And you can kind of put together artists that are going to be due to play Australia. Like you look at tour dates long enough, you look at world tours where there's gaps, you can kind of put together where an artist is coming here.
Some you're like, that's such an interesting addition. That's such a left field addition. Like, that's cool. But yeah, I definitely think so. Breakdown of the Foo Fighters tour.
Yeah, Foo
That got
Fighters still got
announced.
announced. Some sick Australian rock supports on that.
I think someone said it's like their 14th or 15th time coming to Australia.
Shit.
It's
the same set list too. It's
Is
like
it?
give or take 3 songs. I'm pretty sure they've been playing the same set list for years.
But they're going pretty much everywhere. Well, more than usual. Obviously, Brizzy, Sydney, Melbourne, usual spots. Adelaide's included. That's good to see. Newi's included. That's good to see. Townsville. How often do we see Townsville shows? This is awesome. But
hitting up everywhere. Let's read through some of these supports. So we've got Full Flower and Mini Skirt.
Yep.
Full Flower Moon Band.
Full Flower supported them on the Tassie show.
Yep. So they're back. Full Flower's doing Townsville as well. Down Girl in Townsville. The Bel Air Lip Bombs and Teens in Sydney. The Boys Coffin in Newcastle. Bel Air Lip Bombs again with Frenzy in Melbourne.
Yep.
Curralita Park, Spooky Eyes for Adelaide. Southern River Band and Last Quokka for Perth.
Southern River Band put up a post going when Coldplay was doing wanted local acts or whatever, and they went, oh yeah, these aren't the acts we want. We'd like to cover this show, or, support that show or support that show. And it was AC/DC and I think it was the Foo Fighters, and now they've got both.
Man, they're one of the best rock bands we've got in Australia too. I think they've personality. Like, I think all these bands are kind of like our best rock bands from Australia at the moment that are on the rise. Radium Dolls would have been a good addition somewhere on here, but you can't win them all. But yeah, dude, I'm excited about this. I'm thinking from a punter perspective though. Last couple of times Foo Fighter have came, they bought Weezer out, they bought Tenacious D out. To have this ticket price I imagine is around $250, right?
Yeah, it's the same. I believe it's the same pricing from their tour a couple of years ago.
Okay,
so
sweet.
That's good that they've kept it.
Great. I wouldn't have touched any artist on this lineup. Don't take anything off, but I would have liked an international main support to maybe just bang for your buck for the average punter, especially because Foo Fighters, they've got so many hits that you are seeing the same show a lot whenever you go to see them. That would have improved this, but I can't complain. This is a great lineup with some great bands on it.
Yeah, and it's not criticizing the tour. It's just this is a great tour, but we'd like to see this too.
Yeah.
Just to make it the perfect tour.
Perfect show, I'd happily I think a lot of people would happily hand over money.
Yeah, I think so. Now, I shouldn't say a lot. A few people have started DMing the podcast, saying they love the podcast, they listen. This is very good to hear. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But if you do want to send in topics and send in comments or whatnot for us to talk about on the pod, you're more than welcome to. And we're going to do that right now. And some people have sent in some topics. It's going to take more than 5 minutes to really get into the nitty-gritty bit of it. But this all boils down to how do we fix the Australian music industry? Because people are talking about the commercial radio quotas that you should have.
Streaming numbers are down.
Yeah, streaming numbers are down. How do we support Australian acts? Triple J obviously getting brought up a lot. But Tyson, this one's yours. What do you got for me?
I've come up with a plan, guys. I can save the music industry if you listen to me right now.
Hearing aids in.
Okay. So one of the first things we got to do is we got to make Aussie music easier to find. And this comes through on stuff like Spotify and Apple Music. These big playlists, today's top hits, all these big ones. They barely put Australian artists on there. So obviously a majority of Australians are they're listening through playlists. They're not finding new Aussie music. So what we need to do is we need to work with Spotify to get some of these newer artists put on these playlists so that it's easier for the average person to discover them. All right, that's step one. Number two is helping indie artists in other ways. I'm talking about grant money here.
And you're not talking about indie, the genre.
No.
You're talking about individual bands.
Independent artists.
Sorry, independent. Yeah.
So a lot of grants are offered to artists and it helps them a lot. It mostly comes in the form of recording, touring, or promo for your releases. We need to loosen those rules because I feel like a big problem with Australian music and Australian artists is we aren't doing the stuff that American and UK artists do, where it's a full brand concept that comes with an artist. Brat, for example. I don't see any Australian artists doing Brat. I see a lot of Australian artists doing half-baked ideas. So that's why some of this grant money needs to come in the form of, hey, we want a stylist. We want a social media team to work out a sort of promo plan for how we can post on social media, because a lot of bands aren't good at social media. They need help. They need guidance with that. Do you have anything to say on that? And you jump in if you got any notes, because I'm about to fly.
I think the social media thing's interesting, and we spoke about it last week. And I think we said consistent, be consistent, make sure your face is out there, blah, blah, blah. But it is, and we had a few comments on this, like it's not just about being consistent, it's meaningful, consistent content, which you've got to do. And yeah, like if artists aren't in that field of social media, and if you aren't chronically online, like some people just don't have the talent for it, and that's okay. But there's people in the space, in the social media space, like that could help you out.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised no one has reached out to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm in this space, I know what I like, I know what works because I use it for my content.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, when I have a drink in my hand and I'm at a conference or whatever, I will give artists advice. And I've done this previously for like 20 minutes at conferences and just have a chat and give advice. And they're like, oh, I haven't thought about it like that. Or this is why I do that. And I'll be like, okay, this is good, but you could also do this. Like there's creators out there in the music space that could help with artists getting their content to the next level, and just a fresh set of eyes on it.
Yes, exactly.
In spaces where Australia's not doing well at yet.
It's true. And I feel like a lot of labels and stuff need to start using apps like TikTok, Spotify and stuff to push their artists. It's working with these platforms that songs are going viral anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't see many ads, and I don't see many music that are like trending Australian music on that. Dancing 2 was a bit of a trend.
Dancing 2, and if you remember, was it Drop in the Ocean by Masked Wolf?
Yeah.
That was a couple of years ago. That's going back into the into the TikTok realm, but that was huge.
Yeah.
And I can't remember really any other TikTok viral songs that have come from Australia.
Yeah.
Which sucks, and we've got to get to that level. But then it also comes back to, it's not just about having a trending audio. You can't build a community by just having a trending audio.
Nina Geraci is someone that their label should have been pumping that music through TikTok, her new album. Obviously, there's a lot of hype around it. Kicking TikTok at the butt a bit more with some ads would have pushed that even further.
When it comes to promoting, though, and I'm glad you brought this up, I think, and especially a lot of international acts at the moment, the way they're promoting on social media, I don't like it. They'll promote their song for ages, absolutely spam it, and then by the time it's out, I'm over it.
Yeah.
There's an artist right now, I won't put their name out, but they're releasing a song, and when I first heard it, I thought, oh yeah, this is cool, it's going to be a bop. They still haven't released it. It's out in a couple days, and I'm over it already.
Yeah.
And I think other big artists have suffered this as well. I think Fred again has suffered from this. I think Victory Lap could have been so much higher for the Hottest 100 if he just released it earlier. Like, do a smaller campaign, release it, and then push the fuck out of it. So then I can go and listen to it. If I'm already hearing too much of your song and you haven't released it, like... the song, if you're that big enough of an artist, is still going to do well, but it could do so much better.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be other ways to promote your music than to just little snippets every single day for weeks on end. I'm already over it. But when it's
all
out,
strategy. You need a strategy coming into this
to get
stuff.
me sick of music already. Like, oh man. And it's like a lot of these big artists are doing it. I'm just like, who is in your team telling you to do this? When the comment section is telling you to just... Like, before it was like, oh my God, this is so good, just release it. Oh my God, when's this coming out? Now it's gotten to the point like, dude, hurry up and fucking release this song. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Like, it's, yeah, man. I look at these artists and I'm just like, who is telling you to do this? And I know they always go, oh, the label won't let me do this, the label won't let me do that. But, man, something's going to change.
Dude, these labels are like 50-year-old men that don't have TikTok, and they're going, post more.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
Which they are.
Yeah.
They are.
No, you need to build a team, and you need some young people in that team that know exactly what to do and what they're drawn to and what they're checking out. Trusting all these older guys, like the music industry has been in shambles for years because old men still run it, and they need to be toppled. Sorry, we went on a tangent. I went on a tangent there. My next one would be radio. We need to establish new rules in the radio industry, because everyone's got quotas of Australian music that they have to play on the radio. Commercial radio plays a lot of older stuff. They're not playing anything new. They're filling their playlists with AC/DC, Powderfinger, and they're also putting it on at like 2 a.m. so they can make it their quotas. There's a lot of way to go around this, and we need to narrow it down so that commercial radio is supporting Australian artists as well.
I saw Aria Insider did a post on this and saying the industry was pushing for a lot on this review to have the quota go up to 25%, to obviously play Australian music during prime times. And that's 100% right. Like, that quota isn't even that much more than what it is now. And it's just like, this is obviously Triple J is our be-all and end-all with supporting Australian music. We criticise them when we think that they're not doing enough or the right thing. But it can't just be up to Triple J.
It's not just on Triple J.
To make Australian music more accessible and put it in people's faces. I've had this conversation so many times, and man, with commercial music, they're for profit, man.
Yeah.
Like, and it sucks that this doesn't happen. And with the review that happened there, a lot of stuff was talked about AI and that type of stuff. But man, how do we fix this? I don't know. And it's like, with people listening to commercial radio, do they actually care about the music that's being played? Like, I listen to Triple J because I am there for the music. I'm there to support Australian artists and up-and-coming music around the world, whatever. Do people listening to commercial music actually, commercial radio, actually care about the radio music that's being played, or are they there for the presenters? Would they care, or would they notice Australian acts being played?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you listen to commercial radio, please let me know why you listen to commercial radio.
And do you hear that many news tracks? I imagine Dancing 2 got picked up by commercial radio.
Yeah, it did.
But like, there's so much pressure on Triple J, and they are the main factor of breaking artists. The only artist I can think of that might have been broken by commercial radio is Shepherd, and that was a long time ago. I feel like, okay, so continuing on, this is another tangent. Continuing on from our pop girl, like who is Australia's pop girl? Yeah. We couldn't think of one last week. There's a lot of people in the running to be like, I'd like to see be Australia's pop girl. I think Psycho is our chick. I think that's Australia's chick to be up in these leagues. I think she's completely like, she's in her own world. She's making music that she wants to make. She's not trying to be anyone else. She's the one. I feel like if commercial radio got behind Psycho, her career would have skyrocketed. You know,
I'm glad we brought this up, because I've also thought about who our next pop princess can be, and I think it's Alexia. Listen to Close Off and tell me that's not an absolute pop banger that could go around the world. It's got that, you know, a little bit of, you know, it's obviously got sexual reasonings behind it, but it's a song that, you know, I think a lot of women could relate to.
Sure.
And her voice, she doesn't really sound Australian, so, you know, and we always put on accents when we're singing. I think Alexia, she's so relatable. I love her TikTok stuff. I think she's got a great sounding voice, and she's supporting a lot of major acts now as well. She just went and played overseas in some places. I think Alexia, next 12, 18 months, she's going to skyrocket. She was in my top 10 for Triple J Hottest 100 as well. She's my pick. But this kind of proves the point that we have so many acts here that do have the chance to, or the talent to get up there.
Yeah.
They're just not given the opportunities. And then the older generation be like, oh, they don't make music like they used to. Like, there's just no talent here. Yes, there fucking is. We've just got to fucking support it.
Dude, there's so many jobs in the music industry where like it's literally just people getting flown from country to country to ask these questions. How can we stream Australian artists more? How do we do this? And it's just so frustrating that there's no solutions. It's just throwing money into a toilet.
And there's people trying. It's like Ozify, that was the playlist of just Australian artists. And, you know, that's a good start. That's a step in the right direction. But we've also got to ask ourselves, why as an Australian society can we not get behind Australian acts? We support sports stars, Australian sports stars, religiously. Yeah. We see them every week. We buy all their merch. If they fuck up, we forget. we go, oh, they've apologized, and we move on and we just support them as much as we can as a country. How come we can't do that with our musicians?
Yeah.
We hold them to so much of a higher standard, and if they're not Kylie Minogue or if they're not AC/DC, oh, they're shit. That's not true. You need to put money and time into growing these acts, and they can get to Kylie Minogue. They can get to the AC/DC level, but just fucking support them, man.
Yeah.
And then when Hottest 100 comes around every time, it's Aussie music sucks, Triple J sucks, blah, blah. And then you don't add anything else, and then you don't care about Australian music for the rest of the year. Let's support them all year round. And if we put time and money as a society into these acts, in 5-10 years' time, we wouldn't need as many international acts coming to tour here. They'd be fucking here touring.
Yes. Bro, we are lagging so far behind. Look at Korea. Look at how popular Korean music is. They're smaller than us. How the hell are we dropping the ball this bad, where we're just going further down the list, and countries like Sweden are up there. Countries like,
smaller countries are supporting way more of their locals than we are.
You look at the charts from these countries, it's mostly artists from their countries. Look at ours. There's going to be none in there.
And that would sort out so much of the problems of, ticket prices are so much more expensive because we have to fly these artists over from these different countries. If we supported them here locally, like, they wouldn't need to pay these huge fees.
Yeah.
Like, man, it sucks, but that's probably something we'll keep on touching on over the year. And people will disagree, and that's fine. But if you also have thoughts about how we could save the industry, comment on the vid, send us messages, and we'll bring them up on top.
I've got two more that I want to quickly shoot through. We need to support genres that get overlooked, because there's always a new genre that comes through that ends up taking over the music scene.
What genres do you think we need to support?
I think electronic music needs to be looked into way more. I think we dropped the ball completely on electronic music, and I think we dropped the ball completely on surf rock when it was getting big. I think artists like the Terrys and stuff, Triple J didn't play them when they first came out. A lot of those acts in that sort of like Terrys, that Sticky Fingers adjacent world, they got nothing from Triple J until Triple J pretty much had to play them because the fandom was getting too big.
Yeah, but I think that's happened with a lot of acts. It's like the Dregs had to get huge before Triple J would give them, a lot of airplay, and it's just like, I guess Triple J are going this. We think this would suit our audience better. Blah blah. Again, I'm gonna give them a little bit of. They do a lot. But the Terrys, I remember when I was first podcasting, and a lot of the acts that I would get on would have just got their first radio play.
Yeah.
Would have just got their first Triple J play. That's bands like, Rum Jungle, the Terrys, Dice, South Summit. Like, I remember talking to all these bands about their first Triple J play, and it's like these bands had the potential, but there's so many other bands and acts that you've got to pick from as well. And I think surf rock in Australia has like that's just the typical sound. There's no different sound coming out of it, blah, blah, which is such bullshit. But on your electronic point, like, we have so many good producers and DJs that have come out of Australia that are doing well. And if we haven't supported them, putting enough money in now, imagine if we did, how much more could come out of Australia.
Dude.
Like, we hunger for electronic music.
Yeah.
More than I think we should.
And Triple J's been behind that 8 ball, to be honest. They don't pick up on it until it's like, there's already something started here. You didn't help start it. You've just like come around to it.
Yeah, the flame's there, and it's like, all right. But there are acts where it's like they've been there since the start. Like Nina Geraci, they've supported her from the start.
Also,
and it's like there's acts where they could be like, yep, we gave their first radio play. We gave their first radio play on Triple J on Earth, this. So it's like, they do a lot. Yeah.
But also, at the same time, stop delegating new acts to Double J at the same time. That's really been annoying me. I'm like
who?
Young people, like Radium Dolls, Full Flower Moon Band, a lot of those bands supporting Foo Fighters are relegated to Double J now instead of Triple J.
It's interesting to me as well. Like, the Triple J and Double J audience, like there's that age demographic in the middle where it's like I'm not the target demographic for Triple J, but I'm also not the target demographic for Double J. So can we have like a middle J where it's just a bit of both, or can we extend Triple J's target audience so people can still feel included? Because that's where you lose people in the middle.
Exactly. Like, and they marketed Double J as being like, this is for millennials and like older people. And then you're putting new bands on there and delegating to them, like, we'll play them on Double J. We won't play them on Triple J. It just seems like, how is that helping?
There's definitely a disconnect there. And I've said this for years. It's like, if you want people to go from Triple J to Double J, like when they're aging out of one and aging into the other, there's that couple years gap. It's like a 10-year gap.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be a way where it's like you want the Triple J listener to grow up with Triple J and then move to Double J. But that's where people go to commercial radio.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But like, you know, if people care enough about Australian music, or, you know, like us, that I'm just like, there are some things that I don't like on Triple J, but I'm just like, it's literally part of everything that I talk about. I have to listen.
Exactly.
But Triple J still does some really great stuff. Like, I listen to Abby and Tyrone every afternoon. I love Abby and Tyrone.
They're great. And my last one, sorry, I know this has taken a long time. The last thing we need to do is give artists clear data. When something works on TikTok or when a song works on Spotify, these apps should be telling the artist, this is why it worked. Hey, this is the kind of content that's working for you on TikTok. It's all a mystery. Every time you get this data back, you got 25,000 views on this video. Why? Why did TikTok pick that up and throw it in the algorithm?
But I don't even have that information.
You don't have that either. No. That's something that they need to implement on those apps, because it's just going to give artists a clearer idea of what they need to do.
But there's on TikTok, like, there's something called like creator insights, and it'll tell you like what the content gap is and like what's trending, what's not, what you could do content on, blah, blah. I don't think that's more like a generalized thing. I don't think that helps that much. But I think as a creator, you can kind of see what works and what doesn't. And all it could take is a little tweak of the content to help the algorithm find you. Yeah. Which, and I think you don't really think about that until you've been through it. And I remember years ago when, you know, I was stuck in 300 view jail and I was like, why isn't this working out? Why isn't that working out? I tried different things, saw what worked, still working now. Yeah. So, and it's like, you know, maybe I can add a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And it's just, you know, basically it comes down to, I've created a community. Yes. Which is good. Nostalgia.
I love nostalgia.
This Hilary Duff tour, it astounds me with how she had 130,000 people in the Ticketek queue. Obviously there'd be bots involved, there'd be this type of stuff. But I don't think Hillary would have thought, I don't think her promoters would have thought that she would have sold these shows this quickly. They sold out incredibly quickly. Yeah. What do you think it is? Now, this isn't why has this happened? I'm genuinely curious. Yeah. Is it just nostalgia?
I think it is. Like, Hill Dog is from my generation. I grew up on Lizzie McGuire. Yeah. So that was very prevalent. And then when she went into a music thing, I was there. Yep. So yesterday. But her pop star was very short-lived. Yes. Like her time in the sun. So I was kind of surprised that she was playing like Brisbane Entertainment Centre on this tour, and that it's selling like crazy. Yeah. I think it's this nostalgia thing. I think women probably have more of a connection to Lizzie McGuire than I probably had. Yes. But yeah, I think the mums, like the Lily Allen tour, I think the mums are out in full force and they're buying tickets.
I'm on Hilary Duff Talk at the moment. Yeah. And watching everyone, like I'm seeing people cry because they can't get tickets. Also because they didn't know, because announcement to pre-sale was like 2 seconds. But crying, going, why isn't this? Why isn't that? There's this many people in the queue. Like, this is an unprecedented tour. Like, I spoke to a lot of people on this, and you know, they've given me their thoughts, and I agree. Nostalgia and everything that comes with it is just so powerful. And it's, promoters be like, fuck, we could have sold stadiums, Jesus Christ. Yeah. But man, I'm so amazed at the power of a nostalgic audience.
And I think we're about to be a very nostalgic country over the next 6 months now that summer's winding down. All the bigger artists in the world, all the major tours, they're wrapping up, and we're going to get a very nostalgic couple of 6 months. I know the Human League just announced a tour, Mental as Anything, Hill Dog. There's so much coming for the older crowd because it's summer overseas in the US and the UK. So all the major acts are going to be touring there.
And if you look at the end of from like September going into stadium season, there are so many shows already in that spot. And it's like, there's no festivals in the middle of the year or no big ones. So it's like, if you want a tour, if you think you've got it, like if promoters go, this person hasn't toured here in 15 years, we are hungry at the moment. And that bubble's going to pop. But whilst the bubble's still there, come and do some shows.
Get on the flight.
Yeah, someone, I can't remember who put this post up, but someone put up a post of all the major tours coming each month. And there's like, so far, there's like, a couple in June, a couple in July, a couple in August, nothing too major. And then you get to September, October, November,
October's
December.
Crazy.
October is full. You could put like your whole life savings into shows in October. Nuts. Awesome to see. But yeah. Something I want to finish off on with, I think this is a bitter pill for some people to swallow.
Yeah.
And it's okay, but shows for international acts can't be on the weekend every time. There's going to be weekday shows. That is unfortunate, but at least they're coming to Australia, man. You can't have shows, one, come to Australia, be in your perfect venue and be on a weekend every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're going to be on weekdays. That sucks. At least they're here. At least they're in your city. So I've been seeing that comment a lot, and I'm just like, we've just got to take it, man. Just buy the ticket, go to the show. If you need to do an annual leave or a sick day the next day, make sure you put a few coughs in at work the day before, and then you'll be fine.
I mean, if you go into a concert on a Friday or Saturday, you've lucked out, and it's going to be a good time.
Literally. And make sure you enjoy it.
Enjoy it to the fullest potential.
Ending on a bit of a sad note, though.
Yeah.
What venue has closed, Tyson?
Soul Bar up in the Sunny Coast
This one sucks.
Yeah. That they're shutting its doors. And it sucked from working with Tiny Minds. Some of my first shows going into the Sunny Coast were at Soul Bar. They were very supportive. They had an awesome booker list. So yeah, it's a sad day. Hopefully it's not a trend where we're going into another venues closing left and right.
We had a few,
but it was bad about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully it's not a start of a trend. But R.I.P. Soul Bar.
Why? They said I read the message they put. They said it's harder than ever to run a venue. Why do you think that is? Dude,
the taxes on alcohol at the moment.
Yeah.
I can only talk from venues that I've been in. Taxes are stupid on alcohol.
Yep.
Especially if you've got a pub down the road or something like that's getting less on it, or they can sell their drinks for a bit less. But I know Soul Bar would probably be in the same position as the bar that I worked in, where your standard drinks are up to like $13 now. People don't want to spend that money. And that's how these venues make their money.
Yeah.
They don't make money from ticket sales. They may be making $3 from your ticket that you buy.
And then insurance on
And then they've got to pay the sound person. They've got to pay insurance. They've got to pay their staff. They've got to pay this. It is so hard. And yeah, I do see a lot more venues closing soon because of it. But
be sick if the fucking government could throw more support.
Hey, yeah.
That'd be sick,
man.
Yeah,
Albo, who cares so much about music. Yeah.
Yeah, he wears the odd band shirt.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But I did see that they did pause the alcohol tax for like a couple of years or whatever. But it's like, can we lower that bad boy? Can we just...
Yeah.
If you want people back, spending money, lower that bad boy. Don't make going to a local gig cost hundreds of dollars because you want to eat there, you want to have drinks there, whatnot. Let's make this affordable.
Yeah.
And the venues will flourish.
Yes.
This isn't...
Everyone wants to go out.
Literally.
Everyone wants to go out and do something, but it's just too expensive for some people.
Yeah. Tyson, that is it from us. Another week full of tours, full of festivals. And I'm guessing we'll get more next week. But yeah, enjoy your weekends. Get your tickets. See you next week.
Thank you, guys.